Today we're helping some people who are having trouble finding just the right Christmas gift for their friends and family. Maybe we can give you some ideas in the process on this episode of KniFAQ, number 240 of the series where we answer all your questions, sharp or dull. Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here, coming at you from the KnifeCenter. Welcome to the show. We got Thomas behind the camera as usual.
Modus operandi.
That's what his thing is. That's what he says, random things, and that is your modus operandi.
That's my mo.
If you're new to the show, Thomas says random things. And we also answer your questions, and we get those questions from the comment section below these videos. Let's get started, shall we? Diggs Pig is the first questioner today. Hey, DCA, Thomas, and Seth. He's over there somewhere. Happy Thanksgiving, and holidays to my favorite knife crew. I have a friend who is looking for a small knife, about 2 to 2.5 inch blade, straight or slightly convex blade for ease of sharpening, decent steel, something that holds an edge longer than a Victorinox, under $100, and especially importantly, packing a reinforced tip that won't snap off. Can you help me out? Yes, provided you are aware that anything can snap, even thicker tipped knives.
Or coworkers.
Listen, I'm this close, man. Yeah, I got some options for you. When you say slightly convex, I think you mean like a little bit of belly to the blade. I got some options for you. Since anything can snap, go with something that already looks snapped off, if that makes sense. I got a couple options here for you, ranging in the price spectrum. The CRKT Pilar, a Jesper Vakne's design, classic for this type of thing specifically. 40 bucks. You've got a 2.4 inch blade, modified sheep's foot shape, still pointy enough at the tip, but it is a little bit thicker, a little bit more robust, and the entire blade features thicker blade stock as well, which should aid in the proceedings. The steel here is 8CR13 MOV, which, while not a high-end steel, should hold an edge longer than a Victorinox blade. Maybe not by a dramatic amount, but it is a decent steel, I contend, nonetheless. Good option for you right here, I think. We've also got the rather similarly sized and shaped, actually, the SOG Stout FLK right here underneath. This is normally about $60. At the moment I am looking at our webpage, we've actually got it on sale right now for about $48 for the time being. I'm not sure how long that pricing will last, but that's pretty good. A little bit of a chunk of change off, about 12 bucks off. This has D2 tool steel on it, and you mentioned ease of sharpening, so I recommend this one with a little bit of a caveat. The D2 will absolutely hold an edge longer than a Victorinox, the Victorinox's Swiss Army knife steel, possibly even dramatically longer. It does have a reputation for not being the simplest steel to sharpen, however, especially for folks who might be more inexperienced in sharpening, which I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume that kind of applies to your friend in this case, since he's looking for something that is easy to sharpen. So a little bit of a caveat there. It's not something that many people will have problems with, but some people might. Anyway, the stainless steel frame lock on both of these knives keep them secure. With the FLK, you have flicking action thanks to the flipper tab there, as opposed to the more deliberate action of the CRKT. But again, sheep's foot profile, nice chunky blade stock. The edge on this as well is a little bit thicker than some, so a little more meat behind the edge, which should help. Actually, that's another caveat. D2, not known as the toughest steel in the world, holds an edge really great, but maybe that might be a little more prone to chippiness. Yeah, I'm having second thoughts about my recommendation now. Anyway, the last one to look at would be the Nano Shark from Demco Knives. This is about 100 bucks normally, and on sale right now. Pricing to last for as long as it lasts, about 80 bucks, so it's 20 bucks off. 2.25 inch blade, AUS 10 steel here. Not as thick as the other two knives, but still similar thing going on. Should slice a little bit nicer. Yes, the tip can still snap though. I will bring that back up again, but maybe less so than some other things here. Injection molded handles, the shark lock, which is so satisfying to use. It is, it's just real nice. And plenty to hold on to with this design as well. Hope those help. Check them out. Next up, Agent Rolf 2, because 1 was not enough. Hey DCA and crew.
What happened to the first Rolf?
We don't ask about the first Rolf. Hey DCA and crew, I'm looking for a knife that's ideal for a farmer. My father is a cattle farmer, and I want to get him a nice knife that'll last him a while for this coming Christmas. It would need to be able to cut baling twine with ease, hold an edge for a while, and be corrosion resistant for those hot summer days, preferably without breaking the bank. Maybe sub $100? Sure. So all the farmers I know that aren't knife people, because I know some farmers who are knife people, but all the ones I know that aren't knife people carry a buck 110 or a multi-tool, usually a Leatherman or a Gerber. But the 110 is still a solid option based on the real life people that I know that get down and dirty with one, and it does the job. So I'll give you that as an option, as well as some others that, you know, are a little bit different, but still deliver a little bit of that kind of workhorse attitude, but nice. Like, you know, this vintage styling of the 110 has a bit of niceness to it, a bit of classic style to it that not all modern folders kind of get in the realm of. But here you go. Got a few options, and I wanted to stick with something with either a liner or a frame lock because you mentioned something that's going to last him a while. Liner or frame locks don't have any extra springs that might have the possibility of breaking over time, so reliability should be pretty good. And frame locks especially will be easier to clean out when they're dirty, which, you know, sounds like your old man might be more likely than most who buy knives to actually get their knives down and dirty. So liners and frame locks. Frame locks easier to clean out. Let's go. First one here, the Petrified Fish Victor right here. It is about 85 bucks normally, on sale right now for about $72. Again, with all the sale prices, with all the prices I mentioned, whether it's on sale in this video or not, are subject to change in the future, of course. Here it is compared to the Buck 110. Similar overall length. Sharpened length is actually about bang on identical, as you can see right there. Fills the hand nicely. We've got aluminum for the handle scales, or handles, not really scales. Nano ceramic coated aluminum, which is not entirely sure what that means, but it feels really good. And a 3.6 inch 154 cm blade steel here. Really nice American steel. We've got great flipping action. Yeah, it feels nice. That's the thing. There are knives that, you know, deliver in this price range performance, but they don't always, they always, you know, so many of them feel really well put together, but nice is more of a, you know, a subjective quality. And this one, I think, has it. Deep carry pocket clip as well for keeping it secure. Let me just flip that again. Nice. Keep going with the nices. Next one up, the Militaw from Kaiser, a Jonathan Stiles design. $76 normally, on sale right now for, you know, just under $61. Pretty good price there too. 3.36 inch blade, also 154 cm. G10 handles in black, which on its own, not necessarily nice, but the wood inlays, which in this case is Mikaruti, kind of elevates it a little bit. Here it is compared to the standard 110. Sharpened edge, about the same again, but you have a more compact package overall. Still a full-size grip, however. You're not giving up anything there, and you're not giving anything up on the sharpened length either. Liner lock, and two methods of opening. You've got the front flipper, and you've got the thumb hole for a bit easier opening, I would say. There you go, check that. Also, deep carry pocket clip. Next up, we have the O-Knife Duron from the Olight/O-Knife company. This is coming in just under 100 bucks. For that, 3.43 inch Nitro V blade, classic drop point shape with a full flat grind, nice and slicey in this case too. The claim to fame really in this case, however, is the handle itself, which is OAL super aluminum. which is their proprietary, I don't know if alloy is the right word, but formulation at least of aluminum. Very lightweight, yet very strong. And again, feels nice. It is a frame lock, so again, very easy to keep clean. Nice profile when closed, nice and tidy. Reversible deep carry clip. Nice action on that with those thumb studs as well. The Nitro V here is also nice for folks who like really get out there and use their knives because it is a very tough stainless steel, tougher than the 420H, or sorry, than the 154 CM of the previous two knives. Edge retention, I don't know, it could be a toss-up. The 154 CM might hold an edge a little bit longer, but the toughness when you're getting out there and getting dirty, people underrate the importance of toughness. I'm here to say it is very important. Oh, let me hold it up next to the 110 because I've been doing that this whole time. Sharpened length, about the same. About the same. Actually, this is an interesting cross shop right here, the Duron versus the Militao. Interesting. Last but not least, I have one a little bit smaller here. This is from the X series from Kaiser, the Pioneer. 3.2 inch blade, so a little bit smaller. Nitro V, 99 bucks normally, on sale right now for $89 and a few pennies after that. Really cool blade shape. I like it's almost upswept, but the tip then drops there right at the end. We've got, I believe it's aluminum. Yep, aluminum bolsters with linen micarta handles behind that. Again, classy, feels nice. Next to the 110, you can see we are now getting to a bit of a smaller blade. It might be okay though. I'll leave it up to you to decide. Inset liner lock in this case. We've got front flipper tab, oversized thumb studs, which if he's out there working with gloves, could make it easier. Maybe if I were wearing gloves, it would have flipped the first time. But that should aid things there. Overall, just a really cool package. Hope that helps. All right, next up, Sarah Peters asks, hey DCA, what is a good kitchen knife block set for a knife lover? I'm talking premium steel and under $500. I kind of have an option for you. The thing with knife block sets is they're more expensive. If you want actual quality, they're more expensive than many people tend to think. And for $500, we're not really gonna find any like true, like real premium steels, at least from the way most like knife enthusiasts think of as premium. But we can definitely get above entry-level steels for sure. And steels that are considered in the kitchen knife space, a bit more premium. So, by way of comparison, like we had a US-made Magna Cut bladed chef knife from Bradford on the show earlier this week on our new knives video. That was what, $260 if I'm remembering right?
It was a number.
What?
It was a number.
It was a number of dollars. I think it was like $260. So that's half the budget, over half the budget right there. We do have some of the Joy of Cooking knives still in stock. They're about $200 with S35 VN. If anything, I think those are a little bit underpriced in today's market. That price is kind of a holdover from a couple years ago. So anyway, all that to say, here's an option. The Shun Premier set. You can get it in a couple different colors. This is the blonde version. You can also get a dark handle. Normally $540 on sale right now for $405. It has 3 knives here, a chef, a utility, and a paring knife. It also comes with a block, which you can see right there behind me, and a honing steel. These blades have VG Max steel, which was based on VG10 with some tweaks that should give it a little bit better edge retention. This is about as premium as I'm gonna be able to find for you in a set right now. Good knives, certainly, but honestly wouldn't be my personal first choice, and here's why. If we're talking a complete set, hang on, I digress. This could certainly be a perfectly good option for you right here. I will, however, use this opportunity to, espouse my preferences for what I think constitutes a well-rounded set. What this thing lacks is a bread knife. And here's the problem. If you want to get this plus a matching bread knife, which we do sell, it's right here. It's a 9-inch blade, has a little bit of curvature to the edge, which is exactly the sort of thing I look for, 9 or 10 inches with curvature. This by itself is $230 with the VG Max there. So, we're well over 500 here. It will, although I think, fit in here because we have one extra slot in the block, but I'm not going to try because, as you can see, it is shrink wrapped, and I'm not going to unshrink wrap it for you. At the end of the day, though, my preference, if you would give me this option or this other option I'm going to show you, I would take the other option, personally. And that is because of the steel here. This is the Miyabi Co. 7-piece block set. $560 normally, on sale right now for $504. So it's, you know, the right now the on sale price for the Shun is definitely a better deal, but I like these. Let me tell you why. The steel here is FC61, which is just the name they have slapped on Sandvik 13C26, which is an excellent kitchen knife steel. Why? Toughness. Just like we were talking earlier about the cattle rancher's knife, getting out there, actual usage, the toughness is going to be a really nice thing. And when you're talking thin-bladed, sorry, let me get this out of the way, thin-bladed Japanese style kitchen knives, like both of these are, I would prefer, or I would opt for the extra toughness. Both are stainless. The VG Max should hold an edge a little bit longer, but the toughness factor, you know, the edge retention doesn't matter if you're chipping up your edge being, you know, rough, you know, if you're using it roughly. I'll go for this. It's a nice set. It's balanced. It doesn't have quite the rock I prefer when it lands, but it is a really nicely constructed set. The handles are, I believe these are Packawood handles. Let me check to make sure. Oh no, yeah, Packawood handles, bamboo block with a little bit of extra space. And this has all but one of like my complete kitchen knife essential set. One is the chef knife, which we saw. The second would be a bread knife. And again, you've got a little bit of curvature. This is a 9-inch blade. Again, 9 to 10 inches with a little curve to the edge is exactly what I look for. You've got that here. You've also got the paring knife, which is right here. And in my opinion, this is a better knife for paring than the Shun. It's a little smaller, a little more maneuverable. Beyond that, I like my upgrade picks beyond those three, which is like the bare minimum, a pair of shears. Guess what? We have that. It's not the highest end pair of shears, but you got it. I also like a boning knife. We don't get one of those here, but you do get a mid-size Santoku. What's this, about 5.5 inches? Yeah, 5.5 inch Santoku, which could certainly be good for smaller hands or just smaller jobs where you don't want to bring out the full-size knife. You've also got the bamboo block and a honing steel. I think it's a really excellent set if you're looking for something, you know, more than just baseline. For folks who are looking for just my favorite well-rounded baseline kitchen knife set, the Mercer Zoom set, it's like 5 or 6 or 7 piece, something like that. We'll leave a picture to it up here and we'll link it down below. We didn't have one in stock today, but those are really nicely designed. Base level steel. You aren't getting upgraded stuff here, but the designs are spot on. So I recommend it. I hope that helps. All right, now we get into the lightning round for today, which hopefully will be a lot shorter than that last question. Hey DCA, I have a friend who's into traditional looking pocket knives, but with a locking mechanism. He has a birthday soon and I want to give him one as a gift. Please recommend a few options. My budget is around $50, maybe $100 max. Sure, man, no problem. The CJRB Glacier at about $53 is nice. It doesn't quite have like classic like slip joint or case knife styling, but it feels almost like a modern day Opinel in a way, which is a very classic knife. You've got 3.5 inch blade, RPM 9 spray form steel, really cool stuff. And you've got a button lock, which is quite nice. And you got this thing right here, which I'd probably cut off, quite honestly. Wood handles here. I don't know what kind of wood. It's some kind of wood.
From a tree.
It's tree wood. There you go. Good stuff. Which is different from fogwood, which is found on the ground. We've also got, for the high end of your budget range, from Finch Knife Company, this is part of the Sugar House Knife Syndicate sub-brand, the Jackrabbit Stag. Very, very cool. 95 bucks, 14C28N Sandvik steel, clip point full flat grind. Check out those handles. Very, very cool. And of course, the back lock there for your security. This definitely has that traditional vintage vibe going on. Oh, check that out. Next up, good thief photo.
Mugshot was taken.
I guess. ADCA, with the silly season around the corner, there's going to be plenty of occasions for a bottle opener. Is there a gentleman's locking folder that has a built-in bottle opener? Preferably one where it's integrated into the handle rather than having to open up like a Victorinox. Glad you said that. Actually, I didn't even plan this. The Alox Bantam with its thing there. That's really nice. But it doesn't lock. The Esnix Silverline Beer Buster Jr. $344 normally, on sale right now for $313. Bottles stand no chance. 2.625 inch M390 blade, has a top style flipper, which I have no problem with because it's not a front flipper. Yeah, just nice little pocket knife blade. Green micarta handles, Mokutai clip on here, kind of elevating it a little bit. If it were just micarta and like a blasted clip, it might not feel as gentlemanly. This elevates it a little bit, but it's just a nice, slim platform with the ability to pop the tops. Hope that helps. Well, now we come to our most final question of the day, which is, of course, our most seriousest question of the day, which comes from Tom T5745. A most serious question, he says. Me and familia are very keen on that mustardy Christmas ham on rye bread, but changing knives again and again when cutting ham, cutting bread, and then applying mustard does make our arms wear out. Is there an option that let us do all three tasks? My friend, you need a ham knife, such as this Wusthof ham slicer right here. 170 bucks for this. Few key things. It is thin, it is tapered, and the end is blunted. This is designed for prosciutto, or not prosciutto. What's the ham? The special ham. To bring the leg out and the Iberico. That's what I meant to say. But it works just as fine on your spiral sliced thing that you got there. Oh yeah, just buy spiral sliced. Actually, I was gonna say this. I'll get back to it. This will cut the ham. Are you worried about this not being able to cut the bread? Hey, keep it sharp and it'll cut bread. And then you can get in the jar of ham. You don't have the point to worry about. You can be able to spread. Or you get one knife. Wait, no, you don't need a knife. What am I talking about? They make pre-sliced bread, they make pre-sliced ham, and they put mustard in squirt bottles. Done. Serious enough for you? Happy holidays, everybody.
Stick a toothpick in it.
There you go. That's all we have for today, folks. Keep the questions coming, please. Down in the comments below. Keep your most serious questions coming as well. Let me know if you have any alternate answers for our folks who asked questions today. And if you want to get your hands on any of these items, check out the links in the description, which will take you to KnifeCenter.com, where we now accept Apple Pay as well as Sezzle if you want to break up your payment chunks. And don't forget about our long-running Knife Rewards program so you can earn some free money to spend on a future purchase. I'm David C. Henderson from the Knife Center. That's Thomas behind the camera, and we're signing off. See you next time.